For over 3,000 years, Egypt was the land of many gods: Amun, Ra, and Osiris. Each god had a temple, and each temple held sway over the hearts of the people. Then, suddenly, a bold and unconventional young pharaoh emerged: Akhenaten. He rejected the old order, demolished the temples of the gods, and declared that there was only one god, Aten, the golden sun disk. Was Akhenaten the first monotheist in history, or was he a revolutionary who paid the price for his dream? His Amarna revolution changed Egypt forever, but it also condemned him to eternal damnation. In this quiet documentary, we will delve into the secrets of Akhenaten, his mysterious relationship with Nefertiti, his conflict with the priests of Amun, the founding of his lost city of Amarna, and his devotion to the sun god Aten. We will explore the evidence that led some to believe he was the first prophet in history, as well as the true reasons behind the erasure of his name and his eternal curse. Prepare for a journey to the heart of forgotten Egypt, the story of the pharaoh who changed the face of the sky and then vanished from history. Get your warm drink ready, lie back, and enjoy the full story. But before we begin, share with us in the comments what time it is where you are. Where are you listening to us from? And don't forget, if you truly enjoyed the video, support us by liking and subscribing to the channel. Now, let's begin. Begin the journey. More than 3,000 years ago, Egypt was the land of dreams, the land of the gods, where the Nile mingled with the sky, and every stone told a story from history. In the New Kingdom, Thebes was the beating heart of Egypt, a city of golden palaces where statues of the gods shone beneath the sun's rays. Amun, the god of life and power, watched over the sacred sun disk. Osiris, lord of the afterlife, was also revered. Every temple held the souls of the people. The streets of Thebes teemed with life. Merchants carried silk from the east, gold from Nubia, and the scent of incense filled the air. Priests in their white robes walked confidently, bearing the secrets of the gods. They were the true authority. The priests of Amun were sometimes more powerful than the pharaohs. They controlled hearts, minds, and destinies. In this world, Amenhotep IV, who would later be known as Akhenaten, was born. He was a young prince who grew up under the reign of his father, Amenhotep III, the pharaoh who led Egypt to the height of its glory. In the palace of Thebes, a woman of great influence, whose eyes saw further than anyone else's, played a crucial role in his life. Amidst this world of power and faith, Amenhotep IV would wander among. The massive columns were adorned with reliefs recounting the victories of the pharaohs. He could hear the priests' prayers, their voices rising like the wind, yet he felt something different. He gazed at the sky, at the golden sun, as if it were whispering to him, inviting him into a secret no one had yet discovered. One night, the young man stood on the palace balcony beneath a sky full of stars. The wind carried the scent of the Nile. He pondered and wondered, why do we worship so many gods? Why can there not be just one God, one who unites hearts and enlightens minds? These questions were a spark that would one day become a revolution. In his world, life revolved around tradition. People offered sacrifices to the gods, fearing the wrath of Amun. But Amenhotep IV saw another reality. He saw the light of the sun, Aten, as if it were the only true God. He felt that this light carried the truth. His upbringing was not ordinary. He was a prince, but he was unlike his brothers. He was quiet and contemplative, with a deep love for art. He would often draw with his own hand, sometimes gazing at the Nile as it flowed. They said his eyes held a dream that neither the priests nor the people had yet understood. One evening, he sat with his mother, Taya, a woman whose eyes saw further than anyone else's. She spoke to him about the power of the pharaohs and the importance of preserving Egypt, yet she sensed something different within him. She saw a heart searching for the truth. She knew that her son would change history, but she was afraid of the price such change would demand. In those moments, questions began to accumulate in Amenhotep IV's mind. He heard the whispers of the priests and witnessed their power, but he also felt their constraints. He knew that changing Egypt would require courage that no pharaoh before him had ever possessed. In the streets of Thebes, beneath the shadows of the temples, Amenhotep IV began to dream of one god, to dream of a new Egypt. Yet he knew that this dream would come at a price perhaps greater than he could imagine. Here, in the heart of Thebes, the story of Akhenaten began. A prince unlike any other, a pharaoh who would become both a legend and a curse. Here in Thebes, Akhenaten began to dream a vision that would change the face of Egypt, yet leave behind deep shadows of mystery. Amenhotep IV ascended the throne of Egypt. He was a young man in his 20s, the son of the great pharaoh Amenhotep. Amenhotep III, who led Egypt to the zenith of its power, and his mother, Taya, the woman of hidden influence, whose eyes saw what others could not. The royal palace in Thebes was filled with splendor. Massive columns adorned with depictions of the gods, the scent of incense wafting through every corner, and the Nile flowing beyond the walls as if recounting the stories of the ancient pharaohs. But Amenhotep IV was no ordinary prince. He was different. Calm and contemplative, he wandered through the palace gardens, gazing at the sun, its golden disk illuminating the earth. He felt that this light, Aten, held a profound secret, a secret that transcended the temples of Amen and the statues of Osiris. In his heart, a dangerous idea began to take root. One God, one light, uniting Egypt beneath a single sky. At the royal court, the priests watched this young prince closely. They heard his whispers and saw his gazes lifted toward the heavens. Unease filled their hearts. He was the fourth prince. He did not follow the traditions of the pharaohs. He did not bow to Amen as his father had. He dreamed of change. A change that would shake the very foundations of Egypt. Beside him stood Nefertiti, his wife, the queen of legendary beauty, whose eyes held both strength and wisdom. Nefertiti did not. She was not just his queen, she was his partner in dreams. She listened as he spoke of Aten, of the life-giving sunlight. She supported him, encouraged him, and together they began to envision a future Egypt had never seen before. One evening, Amenhotep IV sat with Nefertiti on his balcony overlooking the Nile. The water reflected the moonlight, and the air carried the scent of lotus. They spoke of Egypt, of the gods, and of the power wielded by the priests. In her eyes, he saw confirmation that the time had come, the time to challenge the old order. Yet this challenge carried risks no one could have imagined in those early days of his reign. Amenhotep IV began to show signs of revolution. He ordered the construction of small temples to Aten. Unlike the colossal temples of Amen, they were simple and open, allowing sunlight to flood inside. People watched in astonishment, while the priests whispered in anger. But he remained determined. He believed that Aten was the truth, and that Egypt needed this light. In the streets of Thebes, talk began to spread about the young pharaoh and his unusual ideas. They saw him walking among the people, not as an arrogant ruler, but as a man with a dream. He spoke to artists, asking them,